Good morning. Good morning, teacher, and good morning to all of you. This is the learning activity 1, evidence my favorite player for English.work 8. In this evidence, I'm going to prepare a presentation about an athlete I admire. I'm going to design a poster and explain why I admire this person to my partners. There are some characteristics to explain about this poster because this video is going to be on YouTube also. There are to design this poster is a creative poster about a sport player I admire, include images and information about his life, career and achievements. I use Microsoft PowerPoint to make the poster. There are some tips for the poster I have to use. I have to use some images illustrating my ideas rather than text. I have to keep the text short and easy to read. I have to highlight important words using animation and color changes. The other one aspect is I have to use big letters and to make it colorful, and I pick a good title. After I record a video file where I'm talking about my favorite athlete and describe the poster, and I have to apart I need to make some words about the study material, include at least 6 words from the vocabulary, and I need to use adverbial clauses in the presentation using at least 3 examples from each category: time, contrast and condition, using connection and punctuation. There are some aspects that I have to use some questions that I need to answer to resolve this evidence. This is the poster. You can see this is a colorful poster for my favorite player. I choose Novak Djokovic, athlete. He is one of the best tennis players around the world. His bibliography is he was born in 1987 on May 22. He is a Serbian tennis player, professional since 2003. His better ranking was on 4th of July 2011. His wife is Jelena Djokovic. He was married in 2014. They got 2 children, Stefan and Tara. His height is 1 meter and 88 centimeters. That means 5 feet and 6 inches in American stats. The questions I have to resolve this evidence is why Novak Djokovic is my favorite athlete. How did Novak Djokovic turn into an athlete? What does Novak Djokovic achieve in his professional life? What obstacles Novak Djokovic run into and how has he dealt with them? The number 5 chapter is why Novak Djokovic is my favorite athlete. Novak Djokovic 2011 season is considered as one of the greatest seasons by a tennis player in the Open era. If we had to make a list of top athletes whose generosity is beyond questions, then Novak Djokovic's name will certainly be on it. One of the greatest tennis players of all time, often ranked alongside Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Pete Sampras, and Borg. How did he Novak Djokovic turn into an athlete? If you are not past a certain age, you always have it in you. The previously and the follow is the same before chart. How did Novak Djokovic turn into an athlete? Djokovic has won an Open era record of 6 Australian Open titles, 3 of which were won consecutively 2011 to 2013, an Open era record. Since Novak Djokovic was appreciated champion for children around the world, he was showing those powerful voices and actions for children, especially for youngest. He is a good athlete, and the boys admire him also. You can see everything of that about this here in these pictures. The chapter 8. What has Novak Djokovic achieved in his professional life? Novak Djokovic hasn't dropped a set through his first 2 matches at Wimbledon, where he is a 3-time champion. Djokovic has rediscovered his best tennis after a difficult start to the year. Djokovic, he claims the Western and Southern Open for the first time after 5 previous defeats in the Ohio final, but notably, he becomes the first man to win all 9 master titles. After the same chapter about his achievement professional life. After winning Rafael Nadal in the Indian Wells 2011 tournament, Novak Djokovic won the Davis Cup before he was with Serbia in 2010. In 2007, he won the title in Miami and reaching the final in Indian Wells, losing to the Spanish Rafael Nadal. The 10th chapter. The 10th chapter is the same about what obstacles has Novak Djokovic run into and how has he dealt with them? Even when he came to watch Federer break his record he showed up late for the event. Pete doesn't go out to watch tournaments, even though he is Novak idol and the guy has just tied his record. It's the same about the before chapter. What obstacle has Novak Djokovic run into and how has he dealt with them? After a difficult spell with elbow injury, Djokovic is back to his best, and the 31-year-old says he had to learn to cope with adversity. The intensity required for him is even more so than for someone like Federer. Although there were big question marks over whether he could get back to his best, Djokovic had no such concerns. My whole more or less was about tennis until I became a father and husband, he said. Because in this year his son was born, and he had some difficulties about and as a player tennis he is. The 12th chapter. The 12th into the same chapter 12. Djokovic said Though to receive his missiles, first service are really fast, and he uses a lot of rotation and variation with his service. Although Djokovic leads cyclic 5-3 overall, cyclic won 2 third parts, 3 matches including 2 years ago in Paris Master quarterfinals. He was when he was playing with Siglish, and Novak Djokovic at this moment he won 16 games, and he's 2 of rank. And at the moment Siglish was win two games. When playing together, I mean, his rank was 7 at the moment. The same, what obstacles Novak Djokovic run into and how has dealt with them using condition. If he had doubts, but I think his level is back to where he wants to be. Mentally is where he needs to be. Djokovic will have the opportunity to close the gap in both Federer and Rafael Nadal in the US Open, only if they try harder. Is back to where he wants to be, and mentally is where he needs to be. Djokovic will have the opportunity to close the gap in both Federer and Rafael Nadal in the US Open, only if they train harder. Using opposition and condition. Unless I'm mistaken, this is the second time in 9 years he's off. In that same period, Roger and Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Andy Murray have never been off one of those 2 courts. If you go back to Wimbledon 2016, when Djokovic fell to American Sam Querrey in the round of 32, that's where his slam struggles up until now began. Now, even though we've seen signs of the old Novak Djokovic at Roland Garros and Queen's Club, he is not all the way. There's yet from 2011 to 2016. You wouldn't ever see the former number 1 lost matches the way he lost to Macro Cheinato and Marin Cilic the past few weeks, like all greater former champions, though you can count them out. This is the credits to my instructor tutor Hector Jaime Guita. He located in SENA Regional Antioquia. The credit.word English is 874. From Samuel Buitrago Wilches, Apprentice SENA Virtual, Sunday, November 5, 2018. And this is the end up to the moment. Thank you very much to hear me, and bye bye, and see you again. Bye bye.